In this video, we're going to talk about synthetic division and potential zeros of polynomials. So just what is a zero of a polynomial? So we call something a zero so it's like some value k that if you plug it into the polynomial, you get a zero. So that's what makes something a zero. And so in my last video, I talked about the remainder theorem. You can use the remainder theorem to determine if you have a zero. You will get a remainder of 0. So that's all you're looking for if you're using synthetic division. Now, there's other ways that we refer to zeros. They all kind of mean the same thing. So instead of calling it a zero, we might call it a root of the equation f of x equals 0 or a solution of f of x equals 0. But it all really boils down to the same thing. So when we're talking about a zero, when we talk about a zero, it's something that makes the polynomial equal 0. Versus a root or a solution assumes that the polynomial already equals 0, but it's all kind of basically the same thing. All right, so just to kind of quickly go through this, so we want to determine if the given k's are zeros, and then if not, we want to find the value of f of k, and we're going to do this using synthetic division. So you're going to be given a value of k, and when you set up your synthetic division, you can just write that value of k right there, and then remember to set this up. So you just take the coefficients of the polynomial. Now in this case, my coefficients are already in order, and I have one for each descending variable. So okay, now for the synthetic division, I draw a line, I write a 1 times 5 is 5. Add these together, I get 1 times 5 is 5. Oh, look, I get a 0. So the question is k equal 5 a 0? So yes, 5 is a 0. So that's what we're looking for. Okay, so why don't you try this one on your own and hit play when you think you've got it. Remember, math is not a spectator sport, so the best way to understand this is to actually try. Okay, so here's my 1. So then I've got 2. -3, I don't have an x term, so I'm going to put a 0 as a placeholder, and then a 5 here. So bring down the 2. 1 times 2 is 2. -3 plus 2 is -1. -1 times -1 is -1. This is -1. Write -1 again, and I get a 4. Okay, and so our remainder came out to 4. So 1 is not a 0. So instead, I need to know what is the value then of f of 1. F of 1 is just going to equal the value of the remainder, which is 4. Okay, and so I have just one more example here. So this one is using a k as an imaginary number. I know this is a little bit harder, but again, I think it's good to lean into this. Try the synthetic division on your own. If the worst thing that happens is that you get it wrong, that's not so bad. Hit play when you're ready. Okay, so I'm going to set up my synthetic division. Give myself plenty of space. This is 1, -2, and 2. So I'm going to have 1 plus I here. So this becomes, let's see, -1 plus I. And then if I multiply 1 plus I times -1 plus I, let's see, I get -1 minus I plus I squared. So that's going to give me -1. These cancel out. I squared becomes -1, so this equals -2. So that's what I'm going to write here. -2. If I add this together, I get a 0. So yes, 1 plus I would be a 0 in this case. Okay, and so that was just a short and sweet video to explain the concept of zeros. So I'll leave it there, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.